Hello and welcome back to another one. And today we now have more on the events that led up to Chris D'Elia working with Eminem, which he shared on a recent podcast with Joe Rogan. Now this is not the first time he's talked about how he met Eminem, but this time around he added some key details that I heard for the first time on the events that led up to the meeting with Eminem, on why his Eminem impression went viral, and in the latter part of the video I have more from Crooked Eye in regards to random tweets in which people compare anyone to Eminem for clicks, so stick around. As we dive in, remember to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, turn on notifications to never miss an upload, and hit the like button to support the channel. So I've heard the backstory of how Chris met Eminem before, but this is the segment of the podcast that revealed new information that I hadn't heard before. Take a look.
And then, like a month later, Black Twitter took it and just was like, "Yo, this guy says this is how." They didn't know, nobody knew who I was, but they were like, "This guy says this is how Eminem raps." And then it got millions of hits on Twitter, and then it got so big. My buddies were like, "You think Eminem has probably seen it, right?" And I was like, "It's so big, maybe." One of his buddies must have seen it and showed him.
Now, Chris has already clarified in a previous video that all jokes aside, he was really impressed when he met Eminem, especially when Eminem was having a conversation with him and it was like Eminem was rhyming the entire conversation as they spoke, and it blew his mind how good Eminem was at this. But one thing to take from this story is that since he claims that his impression of Eminem blew up on Twitter a month later, I'd add that fuel to this was because of the hate Eminem gets on that platform. So while many found it funny, many also literally believed the impression was spot on because of the narrative on Twitter that Eminem just rhymes words with no meaning. But the end results were flipped because of the fact that Eminem found it funny, and this changed everything for Chris. Chris plays Eminem in the Homicide video, Eminem plays Chris in his driveway at the end, and the result of this is Logic's second highest charting song on the Hot 100 in the United States, where Homicide peaked at number 5. And the whole podcast can be summarized as, "You're using way too many napkins." You have to watch the whole thing to find out why. Next up today is about how people confuse their favorite rapper down the street that no one knows outside their hood, confuse that for greatness, and compare these unknown rappers to Eminem. And a few days ago, Crooked on Twitter looked to be exhausted by users constantly doing that while replying to his tweets. It's on its way to become a meme right now on Twitter, where anytime a rapper releases an album, doesn't matter if they are known or unknown relatively speaking, the fans of these rappers instantly tweet about how that rapper's album is greater than Eminem's project. It is common, and here's Crook's take on this. People talking about Eminem versus the dude down the street that can rap pretty good, about to delete that tweet. Funny how on this channel I've made similar statements to this countless times, and now Crook says the same thing, which is the truth. Now Crook originally tweeted about who people think can battle Eminem hit for hit, and as expected, people were responding with names of underground rappers only meters away from the Earth's core. And even under this tweet, some users still did the same thing. A user tweets, "Daylight and Patsy would mess him up." And this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Crook replied with, "In a battle of hit songs? Yeah, I'ma delete that old tweet right now." It's quite amusing that he expected more from users on Twitter, and I find this hilarious. So much ignorance spewed that you have to realize that there's no point of a discussion, and it's better to just end the conversation by deleting the tweet. A user tried to break it down on what went wrong, stating, Crook asking people who can battle M in a hit beat battle, and people responding with rappers that are underground with not one hit single to their name. Make it make sense, please. People really lack basic reading comprehension skills, and I'll make it make sense. It is called hate goggles. You put it on and logic takes a back seat. This is common under my videos where I see comments and instantly know who didn't watch the video before dropping an ignorant comment. A recent one was about MGK, where it's a fact that Rap Devil has been his biggest hit since then. This is a fact, but you'll still see comments about how he's doing much better right now than before, when now his album sales have dropped compared to previous albums. A fact, and no single released by him has been able to top Rap Devil yet. Another fact. There's no arguing there, but I still see comments that say otherwise. Now, Crook is quite active on Twitter, And the fact that he had to take down a tweet should tell you that he was exhausted by the sheer amount of ignorance the tweet attracted. That will be all for today. Share your thoughts below, like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.